Hey guys, this is Brett Lewis from L4 Group, and thanks for taking a look at our video today on HVAC safety tips. It's the midst of the summertime. We've been having a lot of thunderstorms and severe weather, and I saw a post on RFO's Facebook page about safety tips when it comes to HVAC and thunderstorms. So I thought, let's interview Steve Ohl, who's the president of RFO, and talk a little bit about that. So Steve, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. I'm doing awesome. So before we get into some of the questions, why don't you just give everybody, a brief background about RFO and why you're qualified to talk about HVAC safety tips.
Well, we're in business 30 years this year, and we started out in the heating oil business. And over the years, our customer demand increased for HVAC services. So we spend a major amount of our time in the summertime, installing and servicing air conditioning and heat pump systems for our customers and for new customers. So we actually do have a full-service HVAC division, just besides delivering heating oil and propane.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And full disclosure, I'm one of your customers as well. You guys service my heating, HVAC system. So, and I got to say, just right off the bat, I call in, set up an appointment. You guys are prompt, show up on time. Come in, keep the house clean when you're in there working. And my system's working awesome. So thanks.
No, you're welcome. It's great.
Yeah. So so now, like I said in the intro, we've had some pretty severe thunderstorms, roll through, and that's pretty typical for this time of year in Pennsylvania. Now, with the thunderstorms, can you explain why severe storms like this can be dangerous to your HVAC system?
Yeah, just a coincidence. We actually had a pretty bad one roll through here last night, a thunderstorm and lightning. It was right before dark, and it was pounding rain and a lot of wind and lightning strikes. Luckily, it was kind of all around us. But yeah, I mean, lightning and the storms that come with it are definitely a problem for the electrical components on the HVAC system. Even the direct hit from lightning could melt metal. It's very intense heat. The high winds and rains, they could be blowing debris into your outdoor unit. So you after a storm, you definitely want to, if you're able to, check around the house, not only for the HVAC equipment, but as you're going around the house, just make sure nothing was blown into it, no damage and other things. But it's all possible to have damage after a thunderstorm. A lot of people think about just the power outage side of it, but if there's a direct lightning hit, it could definitely do a lot of damage.
Yeah, exactly. And it's funny because after real heavy storms, my tendency is to go outside, check my roof. I'm always looking at the roof, the flashing, and seeing if anything blew off. I don't really think about the HVAC unit itself. So, that's a habit that I've started getting into, is to not just look up, but look down and make sure that nothing got blown into the unit. So that's a great advice there. So now, what about preparation? I mean, is there anything that a homeowner can do in order to prepare for these kind of severe storms?
Yeah, I mean, there's always the recommendation out there to have like a weather emergency kit prepared, but I'm not really sure how many people take that advice and do it. I do. I'm sure it's probably not exactly 100% what is supposed to be in the kit, but I just try to have something ready. A flashlight. You want to have a weather radio if available, or download a weather app on your phone for severe weather alerts. I know I get them all the time from Google, won't go off. It's definitely, it's like the TV alarm, you know, that burp, burp sound that
Yeah, I get those
like, what's
also.
going on? And the first time I got one, I wasn't sure what it was. And if you're in a room with everybody has a cell phone, it's going off, and they're all going off at the same time. So they do work, you know. And the other thing is, you know, keep that kit available. You know, people tend to, if they do actually take the advice and prepare something, they maybe stick it in a corner or forget about it. But you know, just watch the weather, and when something like that is announced, you know, look outside and make sure there's nothing sitting out there that can become airborne, or you know, anything you have standing up that could possibly fall over, patio furniture, things like that. You know, maybe take some of the stuff in you might have on a patio table, take that in off, you know, the table, or set it on the ground, you know, just so things don't get blown into your windows or your home or your, you know, your HVAC system. Just some basic tips to things I do when I hear about the storm coming.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Here's a funny story. I was doing one of these Google Hangouts with someone else earlier in the week, or maybe it was last week, and we had a severe warning come up on the phone. Actually, it was a flash flood warning, and right in the middle of Hangout, I got that wah wah wah. You know, and the person I was doing this call with was actually overseas, and he's like, "What the heck is that noise?" So. Yeah, but
It's
no,
pretty
it's
alarming.
what's that?
I said it's pretty alarming. When you hear it, you know what's going on.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. So now here's another question. As far as electricity goes, you mentioned power outage earlier. Summertime, high demand for power. In some cases we just get outages, not even specifically because of storms, but because of demand issues. But in the event, regardless of how it happens, if you do have an electric outage, what's the best way to protect your HVAC system?
Well, thing would be, you know, to shut off the circuit breaker. That's
Oh, Steve, you there? Hey, Steve.
so don't touch it when you're in a storm area. Uh, yeah, yeah, I'm
Yeah,
here.
yeah, we're having a little bit of a lag here. Can you start over again with that?
Um, you know, one of the things that you can do for electrical outages is just shut off the circuit breaker that supplies the power to the, you know, the system, and unplug, you know, any of the unit that you can be there to prevent current from flowing into the HVAC system, because actually just being an electrical component can attract lightning. So it's something you want to look out for. The other thing is assess the damage after the storm's passed. You know, just kind of go out and, like I mentioned earlier, look down and see if there's any problems with it. But if you do see electrical, you know, wires exposed or anything, don't approach it. You know, call a professional, have them take a look at it. You know, keep the system shut off and unplugged until the power is restored, because you don't want those sudden surges of power. You know, the other thing that you can do kind of as a preventative thing is when you're installing your system, or even afterwards if it's installed, you can call an HVAC professional and have them install a power surge protector. They're not real expensive, and you know, it's just another way to help you, you know, during power surges and other things. It's, you know, you should still go through all the measures I just mentioned, but it definitely helps, particularly if you're not home.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. um, so, those are some great tips on, just preventative maintenance and or preventative safety tips on what you can do in these types of storms. Is there any other just general tips on HVAC that you want to throw out there before we wrap up?
You know, one of the things that you should do every year, no matter what type of system you have, It could be propane, heating oil, natural gas, an electric heat pump, your air conditioning system. Have it tuned up. And if you have an air conditioning system, you should typically have that tuned up in the spring, and then you'll have a heat pump component on that typically also. That should be tuned up in the fall. So you want to do your annual maintenance on those. It's just like your car. You take your car in for an oil change. You have them check the brakes and tires, rotate tires possibly. All those things that you do to your vehicles. A lot of people don't think about the things at home that they have that should have preventative maintenance done on them. So that would be important for the HVAC system, just to maintain the health of the system.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So, to wrap up, if someone wants to, contact you, if they want to learn more about, what they can do preventative maintenance wise, safety wise, prevention, any of that kind of stuff related to air conditioning or heating, why don't you give everybody your contact information, and then also touch on some of the other services that RFO does.
Sure. We're located at 400 Interchange Road in Lehighton, PA, which is on Route 209. We're right above Wentz Auto Body. Contact 610-377-1098, and our website is www.rfohl.com. We're also available on the website for Facebook and Twitter links. If you click on those, we're active on both of those sites. And also email info@rfohl.com. And a little bit about the services that we provide. We're a full-service heating oil and propane delivery company. As mentioned in the video, we're also a full-service HVAC, air conditioning, heat pump installation and service company. And we also have a hearth and patio showroom located at 400 Interchange Road that we have patio furniture, barbecue grills, outdoor products. We have retractable awnings. We also have fireplaces and space heaters, outdoor fire pits, salsas, barbecue sauce, smokers, wood burning chips, charcoal. All those things that you do outdoors, for hearth and patio related, stop by and check it out. It's definitely going on full swing right now. We're in the middle of summer, so. And we also do propane tank refilling for your barbecue grills. So, bring your grill tanks by and we'll happily fill them up for you.
Awesome, awesome. And if you don't secure your patio furniture in these severe storms, you might be stopping by the showroom to buy new furniture. So, no, that's good. Yeah, yeah.
Every once in a while, damaged, and we get that request. We just bought this, but the wind blew it off the porch. So.
Right, exactly. So, one last thing also, towards the end of the summer, or I guess in September as well, I think you guys are running a year-end clearance sale on some patio furniture and grills. Can you just touch on that just briefly?
Yeah, we're typically moving out the summer, and we're starting to change showroom over into the fall and winter items. So, as I always say to my customers, that piece of patio furniture or the barbecue grill looks much better on your porch than collecting dust in my showroom. So we're all about getting those products moved out and offering a discount to the customers that come in and want to purchase the products, even though the season's just about over. I know I use my outdoor products into November or December, or sometimes even. So I'll be out grilling and sitting on the patio furniture, and then they're not putting the stuff away for the winter. So yeah, if you're that type of person and you want to purchase some patio furniture, barbecue grills, stop by and see us.
Okay, awesome, awesome. Well, Steve, thanks for taking time today to talk about safety tips with HVAC and some of the other things that we discussed. So thanks again, and have a great day.
Great, thank you. You're welcome.